as Portland continues to face a stunning wave of gun violence. KGW has learned the latest round of funding for community organizations working to address the crisis has been delayed. This most recent setback has frustrated community activists like Royal Harris, who's working to stop the bloodshed.
We each have the ability to be an impact on our community, but sometimes this waiting for government to solve the problem only exacerbates the problem.
In November, 35 community organizations submitted their grant applications to help reduce gun violence. $600,000 in city funds were up for grabs. The groups expected to learn whether they got the money by late December, with awards announced in early January. But this week they were told there's been a problem. The city's Office of Violence Prevention wrote in an email to applicants that funds wouldn't be awarded until the first quarter of 2022, which means this critical funding may not be available until March.
At the end of the quarter, what we're basically saying is it took us a year. And I think that's really horrifying.
Pastor Matt Hennessy of Vancouver Avenue First Baptist Church says the city must move faster. There were more than 1,200 confirmed shootings in Portland last year, the most in recorded history. In April of 2021, the City Council approved an unprecedented $4.1 million to help community organizations step up their efforts to help stop the shootings.
The reality is that this issue demands immediate action.
But since that plan was approved, the city has been slow to get the money into the hands of those who needed it most. In an email to KGW, Senior Policy Advisor Nate Takara wrote, "The initial timeline that was created was very aggressive with the intent of getting the funds out quickly as possible. The urgency to get the funds out quickly has not changed. However, the city needs to ensure the funds meet the intent of city leaders."
There are times when things take a while. This is unprecedented. And I have no idea why it is, but it is an emergency, and somebody needs to understand that this is long overdue and get this funding moving ASAP.
The problem with the latest round of funding? According to a city spokesperson, several large nonprofits applied for the grant money, which was earmarked for smaller organizations that haven't previously worked with city government. Administrators put the brakes on the process so they could retroactively weed out those larger organizations, resulting in yet another delay.
I would say it is frustrating, but it's not surprising. And I think because we have a history within our city and within city government and how it moves funds and resources through the Black community and other at-risk communities, that is very slow and tedious, and at times it's stop and start.
Some community leaders are especially frustrated because they say it's these smaller organizations that can really make a difference. They're nimble and deal directly with those in the street. By keeping them waiting, we're just making a bad situation worse. Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.